What up, Iron Man? Oh, sorry, wrong channel. Today's Toy Spot, we're going to be looking at the Walmart exclusive. We're going to be looking at Iron Man Mark 6. This Iron Man figure is from the 6-inch figure size, not the smaller 3 1/4 inch or 3 1/2 inch figures. To this day, I still haven't picked those up. I've had enough people ask me why won't I do reviews on the smaller 3 1/4, 3 1/2 inch sized figures. I just cannot get into them. I might fold and I might just give in and actually pick up a couple, do a couple of reviews on them, give them a chance. But while all hope was lost, in my opinion, for Iron Man 2 figures, the Walmart exclusive from Hasbro came out, featuring several characters from the movie. And unfortunately, Canada, up to this point, did not seem to have them. I believe the Evil Professor did a review on the War Machine, and it was a shame. I just could not find them in Canada. And lo and behold, what ended up happening, I went to Walmart the other day, and I noticed that these guys were on the pegs. And I kind of chuckled, and I said Shazam, and I kind of put my hand, I didn't do that, but I was kind of thinking it. And I grabbed a couple of these, and I'm looking forward to getting these guys reviewed. So first, obviously, we're going to be looking at Iron Man Mark 6. The exclusive with a launching missile. Nice packaging, by the way. Picture of Iron Man there at the top. Movie series. On the back of the package, collect them all. We've got Iron Man Mark 1. War Machine. We've got Iron Man. And Iron Man Mark 4, actually. Yeah. Trying to see what the difference is. Oh, okay. I see it. I was going to say I was trying to see the difference between the Mark IV and Mark 6, but I do now. And then, of course, we've got Iron Man Deep Dive Armor. And obviously the difference, now that I'm realizing, the Iron Man Mark IV, of course, the middle, his middle chest area has the Iron Man Mark VI with the triangular, and the one on the original, of course, has the circular. Makes me actually wonder if I had seen the Mark IV, because I saw only really what I thought to be a bunch of Mark VIs, the War Machine, and then the suitcase armor. So maybe I actually might go back and see if they got the Mark IV also. Interesting. Interesting. All right, let's get back to the review here. Yeah, so decent lot of figures. Again, the only figures really I would do is pick up these ones. The Deep Dive Armor I don't have much interest in, but I'm sure as a custom you could probably make that into some interesting Iron Man armor. Maybe a more modern Hulkbuster. I don't know. But what we'll do, oh boy, I'm looking forward to it. What we'll do is we'll open up this figure, and we'll open up the package, and we'll have a better look at Iron Man Mark 6. Don't go away. Stay tuned. And one of Iron Man's accessories that I'll get out of the way first is he does come with the missile launcher. And if I'm not mistaken, this looks to be an exact repaint of the initial arm cannon that came with the Iron Man 1 figures. I didn't like this accessory then, and I don't like it now. I find especially with the arm clip, I've broken off several of these putting on the Iron Man 1 figures. And obviously way too large for Iron Man also. So he does come with that. There's a little button on the top that you can fire. Boom. But really an accessory that I wouldn't include, but figured I'd show you guys. So we'll just put that aside. Iron Man looks fantastic. And I will put up my hand and say I was one of the people that I thought these Walmart exclusive figures were exact repaints, or in some cases just repackages of the initial Iron Man 1 figures. Certainly from package from package images of this figure, it did look like it was the same figure. It was only after I saw a couple of reviews on YouTube here where people had commented that it is a different mold that I wanted to pick it up, and of course now that I've got it out of packaging, it is in fact a different mold altogether. Problems that I had with the initial Iron Man 1 figures, really skinny figures for Iron Man 1, bit lanky. Some of the ball joints I found didn't work very well. And of course the shoulder pads became an ongoing issue where the shoulder pads basically just fell off all the time. The Iron Man 2 figures, however, improve every bit the issues that were with the original Iron Man 1 figures. The molds are fantastic. The detailing on these guys are incredible. The paint is vibrant. It's very clean. I had a couple issues with the original Iron Man figures too, that there were some figures you really had to be very careful with the figures that you picked, because a lot of times the figures that I saw, paint was glopped, paint was falling off, areas were mispainted. But the Iron Man 2 figure, on the other hand, doesn't have any of that problem. I have some areas here where the paint has chipped off, but it is clean overall. And a substantially heavy figure too. It doesn't feel light, and it doesn't feel cheaply made. Now he has other accessories aside from the arm cannon. The most notable, and obviously the only other accessories, is he has several hands. 4 hands actually, in fact. 2 hands appear to be open, and we've got one hand closed, 1 hand partially open. So we got 4 hands total, and you can easily pop the hands out, and you can swap them in. Oh, got to make sure I get the right hand in there. You can swap it in with a more like hand grip hand, or you can also pop it out as well, put in a hand more if you want to use his repulsor blast. But I'm digging this figure a lot. Also, things that they've fixed from the initial Iron Man 1 figure line is that the articulation, well, there seems to be a lot more articulation for one thing, and the articulation seems like pretty sturdy. It doesn't feel like you're gonna break an arm off or anything like that. The articulation is that he has a hinged head. It's not quite a ball joint. It actually is more like a pin and socket. You can raise the head up and down, left and right. You can get a lot of different angles with the head. What I love is the fact that these shoulder pads, such a fix from the initial Iron Man 1 figures, that basically were just almost like a C, and it just kind of clamped into the little side shoulder, if I remember. These ones, on the other hand, are actually hinged on the upper area of the shoulder, so you can actually lift the shoulder pads up and get a free range of movement from the ball jointed shoulders. You can also swivel the bicep. There's 2 points of articulation in the elbow, and you can swivel the hand and also bend the hand. Torso articulation, he has what looks to be a ball jointed mid-torso, so you actually can get a lot of movement there. No waist articulation, but I can see why they didn't want to put the waist articulation, just because of the way they've sculpted in the lower torso. But he does have a ball jointed leg. You can swivel the thigh, you can bend the knee, also at 2 points. And you can also bend the feet, and you can swivel them. It looks to be that the legs, or the feet at least, are on a ball joint almost, because you get a lot of movement in the feet as well. This is a great figure. Where I get a bit confused, really, is at least where I picked this figure up. This figure cost me, I think it was $12.99. $12.99 at my local Walmart. The smaller 3¼ inch, 3.5 inch Iron Man figures were $9.99. So this guy worked out to be about $3 more. And it's puzzling to think that this figure was not $15 or $16 like the larger 6 to 7 inch figures have been lately. So I don't know if that's an indication of pricing. It really makes me think that they should knock the price of the Iron Man 3.5 inch figures down almost to about maybe $6-7. Obviously they won't. I mean, they're big sellers, so I can't see them doing that anytime soon. But I am pleased as punch, as they say, that they released these guys in a larger 6 inch. Obviously only available through Walmart, so if you have a Walmart in your city, I would say check it out and go through the toy aisles and see, much like myself, see if you were lucky enough to get these in your stores. If you have, definitely worth picking this guy up. This Iron Man I am going to give an 8.5 to. He's improved every bit from the original Iron Man 1 figures, and I'm happy to take my original Iron Man 1 figure down and put this guy in his place, because this is a great figure. So today's Toy Spot, we're looking at the Walmart exclusive, the Iron Man 2 6 inch figures. And today we're looking at the Iron Man Mark 6 Iron Man. Stay tuned for more Iron Man reviews. I'm going to review the other 2 figures that I've picked up. And until then, I'll see you guys later.